on the East Coast. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Helene Thurston. I'm the Director of Channel Sales for SWK. As Adrian said, I actually did work for Sage for quite a few years prior to coming to SWK. And prior to that, I did work for another ERP solution for about 10 years in their channel division. My main focus here at SWK is to work with Sage resellers, assisting them in providing a full end-to-end EDI solution for their customers. Here's an overview of the agenda, what we're going to talk about today. Who is SWK and what we're focused on? What is MAPADOC and what are the reasons why we repeatedly win against our competition? We are going to be showing our 2013 version of MAPADOC, which includes the new 2013 workflow screens. We'll go over our validation features, assuming that all information received and sent is accurate during our eliminating chargebacks from retailers. Bill Gausted, who is my sales engineer, will be presenting some of our exception reports that also prevent unnecessary chargebacks for the trading partners. Next, we will highlight how we add a new trading partner to MAPADOC. We have a very strong relationship with SPS Commerce, who is one of our strategic partners. They're actually one of the leading SaaS EDI firms that we will discuss how their partnership brings together MAPADOC, the tight integration with their cloud solution. And finally, we will share a little bit about how MAPADOC can work easily with other third-party solutions. So let's talk a little bit about what SWK is. SWK is a Sage reseller that has been around since the late 80s. We are a gold-certified Sage development partner, which permits us to use the Sage tool sets to create MAPADOC's integrated EDI. Today we will focus on Sage 100, but our EDI solution is fully integrated with Sage 100, Sage 500, and Sage ERP X3. We currently have 350 active customers utilizing MAPADOC, and we have a very capable and dedicated technical team supporting our customers and partners all across the U.S. So let's talk about MAPADOC. MAPADOC is a fully integrated EDI solution developed within the Sage ERP business framework. Here you can see the welcome screen showing MAPADOC residing within your Sage 100 application. From here, we're able to receive inbound documents, process orders, and send out the outbound documents required by each trading partner. We do not use Sage Visual Integrator because of the tight Sage 100. What makes SWK and MAPADOC stand out from our competitors is that we have a full understanding of Sage ERP products and pose an expert knowledge of EDI. We have a very seasoned consulting staff that has been trained in both Sage ERP applications and within MAPADOC. Our MAPADOC solution is now available in the latest version of 2013. As you can see, we have created new workflow screens. From these screens, you will be able to receive inbound documents, process orders, and send out the necessary outbound documents. MAPADOC contains many validation points, which means that is when we're receiving the inbound purchase orders, before the sales orders are created, we have the capabilities to add new ship tos or item keys to, excuse me, to add new ship tos and items to validate the data. This also gives us insight to determine if there are pricing, ship-to item discrepancies, and eliminates the need to process orders due to errors. And if this happens, it'll show up in our exception reports. And Bill will be showing us in the demo in a few minutes some of these exception reports. So once you have created the sales orders, you are now ready to create your advanced ship notice. Now, advanced ship notice has multiple names. It can either be called an advanced ship notice, an ASN, an 856 document. And ASNs are the most complex document in EDI. And this document, if the information on this document is not correct, it will cause you the most headaches and create the largest amount of customer chargebacks. Wikipedia's good explanation of what an ASN is the ASN can be used to list the contents of shipments of goods, as well as additional information relating to the shipment. This includes, order information, product descriptions, physical characteristics, anything that has to do with that order is what an ASN will provide. The nice thing about our ASNs in MAPADOC is that we have great flexibility to consider workflow during the Sage 100 shipment process. Our ASNs also have the capabilities of customizing our screens by adding user-defined fields. So if your trading partners are requiring a specific information like a cancellation date or an expected ship date, we can add those user-defined fields into the ASN so that it shows up on the information that you're sending back to your trading partners. Nice thing about MAPADOC as well, it's very user-friendly. We have the capabilities of adding new trading partners, and this is something that we can do for our customers, or we can train our customers also to have the capabilities of adding new trading partners. And normally, a new trading partner can take anywhere between 9 to 10 hours, basing it on your basic documents, invoice, purchase order, and advance ship notice. So it doesn't take a long time to add an additional trading partner. And at this point, I am actually going to be handing over the reins to Bill Gausted and have him go through our MAPADOC solution.
Hi guys, my name is Bill Gausted. Hey, Helene, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Hello guys, my name is Bill Gausted. I work for SWK as a sales engineer, then also as an implementation consultant. So I know exactly what it takes and what it takes to implement many trading partners. Previously, before I came to SWK, I actually worked at SPS Commerce. So I do know both the EDI standpoint, how it relates to Sage, and how it relates to the cloud solution as well. Today, what I'm going to show you through our visual process flows within MAPADOC and Sage 2013 ERP is how to bring in a purchase order, and then also to print your UCC 128 labels, send out your EDI ASN, and also send out your EDI invoice as well. So MAPADOC, what MAPADOC brings in, what I'll show you here through the visual process flows that our programmer has specifically created for MAPADOC, is when you have EDI purchase orders to bring in, there's no other interface that you need to go into. All you would need to go into is within MAPADOC, which sits underneath the task listing within your Sage 100 ERP solution. And now MAPADOC is able to bring in your EDI POs. Now let's say you're using SPS Commerce as your EDI translator. MAPADOC will be able to bring in those EDI POs from SPS Commerce, who has a communication with your trading partners, and bring it onto your system locally. So the first step is receive inbound EDI. And now this step right here, and it will show you an exception report that Helene was talking about previously. These exception reports are going to be something you'll see a lot within MAPADOC. Now, all reports are built within Crystal, so any machine or Sage workstation that has Crystal on it, these reports will be available to them. So as you can see here, this report tells you what was brought in onto your system for your EDI POs. It tells you the trading partner, the company it was brought into, and the transaction function. Now, if you're familiar with the EDI world, we all know the transaction function for the PO is the 850, and it will also tell you the number of transactions that were brought in. And now, as I'll show you here, MAPADOC is very intuitive. If MAPADOC recognizes that you brought in EDI POs, it will bring you all the way through the steps for you, by meaning validation and creation. Now, Helene referenced before validation. This is a tool that MAPADOC has that is very important, not only with bringing in orders, but also sending out EDI documents as well. In the EDI world, it's very important that you identify any issues up front, whether that's in regards to ship-to codes, item codes, or anything of that nature, to make sure that your trading partner is sending the correct ones. Or, for example, a lot of our customers have been in a situation where a certain trading partner or customer of theirs has sent over an item for the first time. Now, this is something that's not set up in your system. MAPADOC is able to catch that through the validation report. Now, think of it as, it's a simple way of thinking it as MAPADOC creates the orders without creating them. So you can catch any issues up front. And now, as you can see here, it's going to be going through the exception reports as well. And now MAPADOC will show your customer that it was for, and it will process each specific PO separately. And now if you had any PO that had any exceptions in regards to a ship to code that was not set up in your system, an item code that was that's not set up as well, it would list that under the specific PO it relates to. And now MAPADOC will not stop if one PO, say you receive in this case 5 POs, and one of them has an exception related to it. It will process all 5 POs through it without stopping at that one that had the issue according to it. Now, as you can see here, this is a clean exception report. And so at this point in time, we will create our orders, create our EDI POs, and create sales orders into Sage. And like I said before, this is very intuitive. MAPADOC will bring you all the way through. Now, you have the ability to create all trading partners at once in a batch, or if you have multiple trading partners come in. A lot of our customers have certain customer service representatives that are assigned a specific trading partner. So if you have multiple personnel that have a specific trading partner, they can go in here and process those individually as well. Okay? So this report right here that will show you, that will come out after we just created the sales orders. It will show you the PO number, the EDI PO number that your trading partner has sent, the sales order number that was created, and now as you can see here, under one of the sales orders, we're able to report an item price conflict. Now MAPADOC has the ability to use the Sage price that you have set up for that item, or the EDI price that your trading partner is sending, and it's also able to tell you what price we're actually using. Because a lot of times we see the EDI price and the Sage price are not aligned. This tool or this report will show you exactly if there's any such conflict per the batch you brought in. Okay, so now at this point in time, MAPADOC has created your sales orders. They are sitting now in sales order entry. But before we get there, I'll show you another report that a lot of our customers, our current customers, find very helpful. This is a summary report of what you just brought in of that batch. It will tell you the customer, the sales order number, the PO number, the PO date, the total units, and also a report total. So this is basically you can think of as a summary report of what you just brought in for that batch. Now, what I just showed you, this can happen as many times a day as you would like. A lot of our customers receive POs in the morning, in the afternoon, at night. Now, this task that I just showed you, creating sales orders, is a task that can happen at any point in time. There's no restriction regarding that. And any user that has a license into MAS has the ability to access MAPADOC as well. So there's no restrictions from a licensee standpoint. Okay? So now the next step is to look at your actual sales orders that you just created. I wanted to show you this because I'll show you MAPADOC follows the same rules and logic as you were to manually enter an order. So there's nothing, the same rules and logic that you have today with Sage is something that MAPADOC follows. It follows the same logic. It's written within the same code. So anything within here, as you can see, it looks and feels as if you were manually entering an order. The only difference is it populated all this information automatically for you. The header information, the address information based on the ship to code, your item codes, and any comments that you have associated with it, and also the totals. And now the next step in the EDI process is to create your ASNs and also print out your UCC 128 labels. So MAPADOC also has a visual process flow for the ASNs. And like Colleen said, the ASN process, every trading partner is different. They have different requirements. They require you to, add certain segments on there. So MAPADOC is able to account for that within this screen. And now, depending on how you're packing your items, MAPADOC is very flexible in regards to auto packing. MAPADOC has an auto pack feature. We can pack, a lot of our dropship customers pack one item per shipment. We're able to do that automatically for you, and also by case pack, and a lot of other options as well that we can set up based on how you're packing per that trading partner. So it wouldn't be universal; it'd be something per trading partner. So the first step is we would want to do is bring in your orders into MAPADOC ASN processing. So the orders that we just brought in are within right here. We'll bring them into MAPADOC ASN processing and print our labels for that. Now there's two different options you can go through within MAPADOC, within printing your UCC 128 labels for MAPADOC. You can bring up your each specific order, and as you can see here, we've already auto-packed this order. So the two items that were ordered for this PO were auto-packed into one case for you based on the setup within MAPADOC. And now we can print our labels from here under Create Case Labels for this order, or say, for example, you have a range of orders that you would like to print UCC 128 labels for. You'd be able to pull up your sales order range and print those UCC 128 labels. Now once you click print here, we're able to work with many different label softwares, whether that's Loftware, LabelView, Bartender, Crystal Reports as well. It would print to that designated that label software, in which case print out to your label printer. Now the next step is to create your actual ASN. So within here, within this order right here, and this is for, in this case, JCPenney, we would create an ASN for it. Now a lot of our customers are required to send bill of lading. If you're using VIX bill of lading, we're able to populate that based on what you have set up in your system. SCAC code, based on your different ship carriers, a lot of trading partners require the 4-digit code that goes along with your ship carrier. So for this example, we're using UPS. The SCAC code for UPS is UPSN. Now load ID, this could be a tracking number, a manifest number that a lot of our trading partners require. But the most important thing to keep in mind here, or to look for, is what's bolded in red. Any item that's bolded in red is an item that's required by your trading partners. And now this will be trading partner specific. So if you are sending ASNs for multiple trading partners, this screen will reflect based on that trading partner. So if your trading partner requires a pro number and not a SCAC code, the pro number would be bolded in red and not the SCAC code. So MAPADOC's be able to be very flexible in that regard as well. And also the ship date. The ship date's brought over by whatever is set up within coming over on the sales order, and you have the ability to change it here as well. And also ASN weight. MAPADOC is able to take the ASN weight over from shipping data entry, or if you have your weight set up in inventory management, we're also able to pull those weights over for you as well, so you do not have to calculate that or manually enter that. Now at this point in time, I have all the required information required to send it back the ASN to my trading partner. So the ASN shipment is ready to ship. I will create my trading partner, or create my ASN, excuse me, and then I will, at this point in time, create my outbound ASN. So as you can see here, it brings you all the way to this step. If I wanted to view my ASN, I can go into ASN selection, pull it up, and this will show me the ASN that's created, the ASN number, the bill of lading that I just entered, the SCAC code, the load ID, and so on and so on. Now, if your ASN is not ready to ship, you can unselect this box, and it will not be sent until you select this box. So in this case, we are ready to ship it. Hit accept. We also have an ASN shipping manifest if this is something that you would be interested in, to show you what was packed, the weight, and anything regarding the shipment, the carrier, anything that you see, anything that you entered on the ASN, MAPADOC is able to provide you a report as well. Okay, so the next step is to actually send out your ASNs from your system to your trading partner. Now this is create outbound ASNs. Now if you remember at the beginning of the cycle in regards to bringing in my EDI orders, I validate it. Now I want to validate before I send out, because I want to make sure that I'm meeting my trading partner's ASN requirements from the EDI standpoint. So MAPADOC is able to validate that for you before I actually send it out. So if we were missing a bill of lading number or a SCAC code, MAPADOC would be able to report that under the ASN which it applies. Okay, so this is a clean ASN exception report, and so I'm ready now to send out my ASNs. And MAPADOC, like I said before, is very, very intuitive, so it will bring me to the steps. Do you want to create ASNs? At this point, yes, I do. So it will bring you back to the screen, send out your ASNs, and it will provide you another report that it was sent out, and we also archived it for you on your system locally. So that sending out your ASNs is now sent to your trading partner, in which case the next step is to create invoices. Now, depending on if you're creating your invoices from shipping data entry, and if you're not, MAPADOC is able to create your invoices based on what you just shipped. So instead of going into invoice data entry, MAPADOC, and creating your invoices manually, MAPADOC is able to populate that data based on what was shipped within that batch that we just created. So as you can see here, we sent out 2 order numbers, and these are the two shipments that we now want to invoice. And if you are using batch numbers, we're able to go in sequence with that, and also as well as your next invoice number. So we're able to follow within sequence of your current invoice numbering setup. So at this point in time, I've created my invoices. They are now sitting in invoice data entry for me to view. As you can see here, all the information was brought over that I just shipped for, what was shipped, the totals. And now if you have any allowances or charges that you would like to add, we can add that here, or if your trading partner is sending that on the sales, on the PO, you can have that information flow all the way through. Now at this point in time, your invoices are in your system. You're ready to update and post your sales order journal. A lot of our customers do this at end of day. We'll post our journal. It'll show us what we just sent. Now, and I'll update. Preview or print, depending on how you do it internally. And now at that point in time, that's a daily process you're doing now within Sage. MAPADOC has automatically selected the invoices that are set up within MAPADOC to send out, and have actually sent those out for you. So MAPADOC will also print a report to a designated printer. We can set this up that will show you what was selected, what was sent out, and if there's any exceptions that apply. So there's nothing that you need to do to intervene in regards to sending out your EDI invoices. At the end of the day, you are going to be posting your invoices like any other day through your Sage process, and MAPADOC is able to automatically recognize that if those invoices are for an EDI trading partner, to automatically select and automatically send out your invoices for you to your EDI trading partner. Now, Helene, that's all I had for today. Now, if you have anything additional in regards to questions or anything like that, I suppose we can move towards that. But from a cycle standpoint, bringing in the POs, sending out your ASNs and printing your UCC 128 labels, and also sending out your invoices as well, that is the process within MAPADOC.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions, Bill, you can kind of hand the reins over back to me. That would be great. If anyone has any questions regarding the process, when we're bringing in those orders, we always recommend when you are first starting up with MAPADOC and EDI is that you run through those exception reports and everything. But after a while, you see that everything is coming clean. You are able to we can literally turn that on and make that automated all the way through. So you're actually pulling the data straight in, not having to go through all the exception reports and generating those sales orders. So we have those capabilities of showing the steps, and then after a while, just making it fully automated for you. Bill just showing how to bring those orders in, creating your ASNs, how to send out the invoices. It was a matter of minutes on how quickly you can bring in all of those orders. And if you're bringing in over 15, 30 invoices in a day, or 30 orders in a day, and some of those orders might have anywhere between 10 to 15 line items, you're able to process a lot of orders in a very timely fashion and eliminating a lot of the manual entry. So anyways, going on with our presentation, wanted to talk about one of our strategic partners, SPS Commerce. Bill Galstead came from SPS Commerce, came to SWK. We have a really tight integration with them. SPS Commerce has over 2,000 Sage customers on their network at the moment, either utilizing our MAPADOC solution to do integration or using their web forms. And the web forms is mostly used for companies that don't have high volume, that really can't afford to do the full integration yet. Maybe they're only pulling down one order a week or something like that, but the trading partner they're working with has required them to be EDI compliant. And SPS Commerce has those capabilities for us. As I had said before, we have about 350 customers on MAPADOC, and about 250 of those are working with MAPADOC and SPS Commerce. SPS Commerce has a really nice tool called Trading Partner Intelligence. It actually will go out and do a lot of analysis on regards to your trading partners and give you some really good trending reports and that kind of thing. If you've got some high volume trading partners in the retail industry. They've also set up, SPS Commerce has also set up a new mid-market ERP consulting practice. And those consultants, along with our consultants, we have a very strong staff that supports our MAPADOC EDI solution on SPS.
And Helene,
I wanted to kind of also talk about some of the other,
Helene, we did have a couple questions. I didn't know if it was time to go ahead and announce those questions.
Sure.
Okay, we have one. You stated earlier something about not having to use VI. How is that possible again?
Because of the tight integration that we have, you're not having to utilize Visual Integrator to push or pull data. We actually have created code that works with, we actually are written inside of MAS, and to pull the data we have connections. It's all these connections that we have, adapters worked with Quality, which is an in-house translator, or with SPS Commerce. We have created these actual code hooks that go into SPS Commerce's solution, or any other kind of translation that we have out there. Gentrend, GI Central, SPS Commerce. We do work with a lot of those other companies out there.
And then we have one more question. Could you talk more about the pro number and how it would carry over to the invoice?
Bill, I'm going to probably refer that to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So if your MAPADOC has, so a lot of our customers, if you're using shipping, I'll look at it from two fronts. If the two fronts are if you're using shipping data entry and if you're not. If you're using shipping data entry, a lot of our customers enter the tracking number into the tracking number field in shipping data entry. And we're able to automatically pull that for you. And so we eliminate the need for double entry, and that tracking number will pull all the way through. Now, if you're not using shipping data entry, and if you're using either a third-party solution or you'd be entering that pro number in the screen that I showed you, MAPADOC is able to, through our mapping, pull that pro number over to the invoice to send out via EDI. So it's a mapping tool that our programmer has set up, because I've had customers in the past that have found it very difficult to send out the invoice number that you send out on the EDI AS, and to use that as what we call a variable to send out via EDI.
And then we have another question. Have you worked with JCPenney and routing instruction 75374 into Sage 100 from an integration standpoint?
Yes. We actually have sent Gary Berman, who is our vice president, our executive vice president of MAPADOC and head of our consulting for MAPADOC, to the actual JCPenney school, and spent 5 days with JCPenney's, understanding all the documents, the process, what is required, and we have built all of those out. And we do have all of the documents and the integration for JCPenney's.
And then finally, here we have one more question. And folks in the audience, if you're thinking of questions, please go ahead and indicate them. We have time for more questions. Does MAPADOC integrate with multi-bin?
Yes. As I have other supply chain solutions on my screen right now, these are other third-party solutions that we do integrate with. Our barcode solutions, ScanForce, ScanCo, warehouse management solutions would be Astellos, DC Warehouse. Shipping we do with Starship and the new ShipLink, as well as multi-bin. And we do work with our multi-bin as well as the other third-party multi-bins that are available as well.
And I will flash back to your screen in one moment, Helene. The audience can't see your screen right now because I have a poll open.
Oh, okay.
And we're at 62% right now. While we were answering questions, I just thought I'd put this poll up. And we're at 62%. So audience, if you could just take a second and indicate yes or no to this one question, that would be wonderful. And then I'll flash Helene's slide back up there. We're at 80%. And then let me take a look and see if there's any other questions while we're finishing this poll. And I don't see any more at this point. And Helene, you guys at SWK have so much experience with the Sage 100 application. How many years, I'm just curious, how many years have you been offering MAPADOC?
MAPADOC has been around for close to 16 years. And the developer that we have on staff is the actual original developer. She developed the solution from the ground up. So when we have new versions of Sage 100 coming out, we are usually 30 days behind from that release, so that we're up on the latest version pretty quickly.
So would you say that this solution was really designed with the Sage 100 customer, Sage 500 customer, Sage X3 customer in mind, since you just have so much experience with this, with the channel?
Yes, I would. And you know, it's interesting that you said that, Adrian, because SWK really started as a CPA firm way back in the early 80s. And one of the major players from SWK came from the apparel industry and realized that there was a need for EDI. And that's how we found our developer and brought her in, and we just started creating the solution. And so we, you know, we have this beautiful solution called MAPADOC today.
I'm going to go ahead and share the results of that poll we just took. It looks like 59% are interested in learning more. And I do have a couple more polls if you could bear with us real quick. But here's the slide that Helene was referring to, all the integrations that you have.
Right. These are the other third-party solutions that we do integrate with. Like, you know, like I said, the barcode solution is Scan4, Scanco. Warehouse management solution is Celos, DC Warehouse. Shipping is Starship and the new Shipping Link, and Multibin. So those are just a few of the third-party solutions that we do work with. We work, you know, we did acquire the old Hightower solutions, so we now do have, you know, POS, Multibin, Timekeeper. We've got quite a few solutions that SWK does provide, as well as our MAPADOC EDI.
And then I have just a couple more questions for the audience.
Sure.
I have a poll up right now. Do you also represent Sage 500? So if you're a customer out there and you're running 500, please go ahead and indicate this if you're a customer as well. We have some channel partners out there, so give us a good idea of the Sage-related products that you represent.
Yeah, we do. Actually, we do have a fully integrated solution for Sage 500, just like we do for Sage 100 as we showed today. We also have a fully integrated solution for our ERP X3 solution. And if any of you guys are interested in seeing demos of those, by all means, give myself a call, and you know, we can connect and talk about what the needs are and definitely show you guys those solutions.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close this one out. And looks like we have 38% of the audience, Helene, that does represent 500. I'm going to hide that. And then I have one more for everyone. One more. Do you represent Sage ERP X3?
Yes. Yes, we do. And we've got, if I'm not mistaken, I think we have 9 customers on X3 MAPADOC. Any other questions, Adrian?
I do not see any other questions. We're at 72% answered for this poll. So if we could take just a minute more, a couple others answer this question. And 9 customers on X3. Yes, we do have an answer there. That's impressive that you guys have been able to build up your X3 practice as well.
It is, and X3 being the new, focus for Sage, we really kind of, brought on the consulting staff, the sales reps, and a lot of our employees were just over in Berlin at the X3 conference. So we've really dedicated our resources to X3 as well.
So all right, I'm going to go ahead and close this poll out and share the results there. It looks like 44% on the line does represent X3 as well. And Helene, did you have anything else that you'd like to close with?
I don't. If anybody has any additional questions or would like to give me a call and talk about a little bit of one-on-one, resellers out there, if you'd like me to talk to your staff and talk about, MAPADOC for them and how we can help some of your clients needing EDI, I'd be more than happy to. Other than that, I really appreciate you guys giving us the time today to show our solution to you. So that's all I have for today. Adrian?
All right, Helene. Well, you did a fantastic job. Thank you so much, everybody, for spending time with us this morning. And I did record this webinar. So as soon as it's converted, I'll get it up to the YouTube channel, and Helene will have it at her fingertips so that she can share that with everybody accordingly. And Helene, thank you so much once again. Everybody have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.